And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Tokamak, we have the red Protoss player. We have the red Protoss himself representing Quasar. It is Art. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the German Terran player. We have the blue Terran. It is Moja. Here we go. And again, Moja is known for aggression. I mean, there's a reason why Moja's clan is called 8-Racks. Was known for a lot of 8-Racks, of course, in TvZ, and known for a lot of aggression, known for a lot of proxies, even some mech mixed in as well. And we'll see how Moja approaches TvP in the current meta. Where mech is less viable, and where 2-base all-ins are less viable as well, I would say. Does Moja embrace a macro game? Is he forced to? CC, I was confused. I was like, where's the max? CC first out of Moja. Bold move, Pappy, bold move. Straight up CC first. The greediest build you can go for, the greediest opener you can go for in a TvP. Art is coming in with a Probe Scout. Art will confirm the greed of Moja. Yep, gets eyes on the CC, gets eyes on the lack of racks. And we'll see how Art responds. We'll see how Art reacts. Oh, true. Sorry, I'm out of it today. So out of it. If you're in the chat, predictions open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat. It is Gamba time, Bab. Best of luck. Do apologize. I'm just a little bit out of it. It's been a long day of casting, Bab. It's been a long day. Oh. Polar shard or IU? If you can see, I mean, you can notice the names themselves. The Polar shard is on Platinum Heroes, the other art is on Quasar, and also the names are spelled differently as well. One is full capitalized, the other is not. The other has a lowercase r. So different spelling, different team, different introduction, different player, different kind of art. For now, though. For now, we are going to be opening up. Again, Moja getting into the delayed racks, into the delayed factory. Again, a very greedy start here from Moja. Art back at home is going for a Twilight Council, and I'm curious to see if Art goes into 4-gate. I do like the idea of going 4-gate blink to punish the Terran player, just because everything is more delayed. Scouting is going to be less available as well. So there are ways to abuse the Terran, and we'll see if Art goes for that or plays it safe and just expands and embraces the mid game against Moja, where Moja would have the added advantage. And there it is. We're setting up for a very fast third. When I say fast third, 1-gate blink. No, 1-gate expand. Like, that's like, hold on. No, blink wasn't even researched, by the way. So gate into Cybercore, into Twilight Council, into a third Nexus before a second gateway. This is insane greed as well. So Art's reaction to the greed of Moja is to beat him in the game of greed here, is to get a hyper fast third base as well. So Art is cutting corners, so is Moja. As a European TvP, true. So we're just trying to outgreed each other. Hallucination confirms the add-on swap, gets eyes on the Banshee play. Does get eyes. Sorry, I say Banshee play. I mean, it still could be a Raven-based opener for a Raven harass, true. So Art is not fully aware. Behind this, going for later gateways. He's setting up. And so far, we'll see who's going to be the first initial aggressor here, as we're just building up back at home. We have the tanks getting in position. Interesting, I believe, did go for just the one Banshee and the add-on swap into fast stim. So faster stim out of Moja. building up his tanks on 2 bases. First Banshee does get across the map, and how much damage do we get done? Supply gets 1. Gets 2. 2 bros, but it does rally in, and the Banshee goes down. That is not worth it here. Banshee with 3 workers. Yeah, rough trade for Moja, who was hoping for more. Hallucination confirms Stim is on the way, confirms no additional Banshees, is confirming the buyer tank. So Artie sees everything. And he's going for a very gateway heavy composition. Delayed Storm, delayed Colossus into faster charge. So far, are looking solid. Are looking comfortable. And Moja, you said, I see 2 more Maxes. 2 more Maxes being thrown down. If this was going to be a more of a economic kind of setup here, economic build, we would see a 3rd CC. This is going to be 2 extra Maxes before the 3rd CC, and if we don't get add-ons, this screams 2 base all in. So we'll see if we do get add-ons. We'll see if Moja builds up. Has no add-ons. Yeah, no add-ons here. He's just making a straight up Marines. Going straight Marines here on his Raxes. So 2 base all in. He may pull the boys with this. He has the option to pull the boys. He's moving out with his tanks. Artist slowing this down. Gets a Marine, gets 2. 2 Marines go down. There's a Stim on the Marauders. Opts not to pull the boys, but still rallying everything across there. There it is. Does pull the boys. The boys are being pulled. It's all or nothing. As I mentioned, 2 base all in. Again, the tell was the lack of add-ons and the lack of 3rd CC, of course. And Artist trying to slow this down. He's got mass charge lots. The tanks are on siege. He's diving on the tanks. Tanks getting called out. Losing 1 tank already. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 tanks are going to go down. The Zealot trades so well against this. Shutting down every single tank, and with that, the all-in has failed. And Moja will lose everything in the center, doesn't even threaten the bases. Art gets a 4th base in the middle of the all-in. Very confident play out of Art. But I mean, he's fine. He's perfectly fine. Getting further ahead. Moja has nothing. Moja's on a 1-base economy. He's on 1 base, papi. And Moja still trying to rally, mustering up a 2nd wave, a 2nd army, but the reality is the 2nd wave is that much weaker. Remember, with the first push he had 4 tanks, now he has 0. He has 0 tanks, at least with this main push. His army gets spotted. Art is rotating. And Art will shut him down. GG gets called. Art takes game number 1. Whew. GG. Again, Moja had a little potential, I will say, with his build. A very cheeky opener, I will say, but I love that Art kind of met him and even exceeded Moja in that greed, rushing into a very fast 3rd base, into fast 3-base saturation, into charge, into a heavy Zealot army. Because of the boosted economy, that led into more Zealots than normal. He already had the Immortal, and he was able to scout the move out as well. Spot the push, spot the all-in, slow it down, and get ready on top of the ramp. GG. GG, well played. Art saw everything he needed to and did overwhelm Moja, and now we're loading into game number 2. Now, what I will say about game 2, about Maganatha, is that this is a better map for all-ins. Tokamak, there are so many ramps and so many areas where you can engage. It is a much more defensive 4-base setup. Here, the map is a little bit more open, so it does allow for some greater aggressive potential, but we'll see. As spawning in the top left-hand corner of Maganatha, we have the red Protoss player, the red Protoss representing Quasar. It is Art. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the German Terran player, we have the blue Terran. It is Moja. Now, when it comes to Moja, I did mention earlier that he was known for a couple of things in the past. He was known for mech, he was known for all-ins, right? He was known for being hyper-aggressive. I was curious coming into the series if that trend continues, because I will say in the current patch, in the current meta, all-ins are weaker than what they once were. They're less relevant, they're less powerful, less potent, especially on some of these larger maps. So I was curious to see if Moja was adjusting his approach. So far, I'll say no. He's still going for the all-ins. And we'll see if he goes for it again in game 2. So Art does move out with his probe scout. At least it was less mech. I mean, sure, but I mean, at the same time, like mech was fun in TvP last season. It was battle mech, of course. But again, like battle mech is no longer viable. Oh, I say no, it's less viable. True, it's less viable than it once was due to the change of the cyclone. We have still been seeing mech in recent times, but it's been like a more traditional form of mech, of Hellion tank. If you remember, if you were here this morning, Baby Marine, he was playing a lot of mech this morning against Yang Yakov. And we have still seen Cure whip out mech as well. Again, that more like traditional, like heavy tank style of mech, like heavy tank Hellion. Less so with cyclones. For now, though, we are building up. We have Moja getting his CC on low ground. This time we did have an economic opener, a Rax expand. This time nowhere near as greedy is what I will say. Sorry, I say economic opener. He opened up Rax factory on 1 gas. Wait, what? Yeah, he went for a delayed CC. Okay. You have my attention. So a very late command center here for Moja, but did only open up 1 gas, which is interesting to me. Going for a reacted Marine. And we'll see if we go for early tanks. This looks really weird. It's looking a little bit odd here. Oh. Okay, now we see why. Insanely fast stim. So really early add-on swap here for a fast tech lab on the ranks. For really fast stim, this looks like an earlier 2-base all-in. Hallucination goes in. Hallucination will scout the add-on swap. And this confirms that tank production is more delayed, as he just now starts the tank. But again, you can see the prioritization of stim. And Art sees everything. Sees everything. Behind this, he should go for a safe opener. For now, what do we have? We have 1 gate in the main. We have 1 gate at the natural. Remember last game, RT went for a gate expand into a 3rd base off of 1 gateway. Here, 3 gates. Very safe play by Art, which I do like. Again, as I mentioned before, like this should be hitting earlier. Rushing into combat shields. Dolan, is that you? Dolan, he had an all-in. He had a 2-base all-in where you rush with vanilla Marines or with Marines with only combat shields and tanks, and the Marines are just to buffer, and the tanks are the real damage dealers. Curious. But Dolan did have that build. It was on I think Cosmic Sapphire. That was the map where he showcased it on. I think during WTL. Oh, the Dolan builds. I say Dolan build. I think I remember Oliveira doing it as well. I think I remember Oliveira. Of course, back when he was an active player. Yes, once again, we have non-stop hallucinations. We do have the 3rd gateway, sorry, the 4th gateway finishing up, so 4-gate blink. Oh my god. So we turn this from a defensive build, and it is very defensive. You can see immortal production underway as well. Art, he's expecting an all-in. He's getting ready for it. He's being he has a very strong reaction, I should say. Massing up a massive army. He scouts, he sees extra add-ons, extra production, and that should prompt a Warp Prism. So here come the Stalkers. So late 3rd base, I will say that Art is in a really weird position. Basically, Art was getting ready for an all-in that isn't coming yet. So Art, he's a little bit inefficient in his response. He could have thrown down a faster 3rd, he just didn't know. And likewise, the Immortal was a waste as well. Like getting that early Immortal doesn't really lead to anything. He even cancelled. Yeah, he just cancelled the Immortal. I don't blame Art, especially after what he scouted. But a really nice deviation here by Moja. Oh, it's supply blocked. So a rough supply block there from Moja. 3rd CC. Okay. Going for the 3rd CC before extra Raxes. He does scan. He snipes the observer. Denies the scouts. And Art sees nothing. And I actually really like this. Like Art, as I mentioned before, he was terrified of an all-in. And as a result, Art's own build has been inefficient. Still trading well though. Picking up a couple of Marines. It's 3 Marines going down. Art pulls away, getting his third base up and running. Again, a late third base for Art. He's massing up charge outs, and Moja shouldn't be pushing. He should not be pushing out. He's getting a third base, so it's all about just posturing, gaining map control, and establishing that third economy. And again, Art's third base is very late. The saturation here is heavily delayed. So getting into a macro game, Moja's going to be in a better position as long as he can get his third. Like, if he can land his third base, if he can saturate, then he'll be fine. Art, because his third base, because of the low saturation, low economy here, it looks like Art is basically being forced into an all-in himself. What I'm getting at, when Moja tries to expand, Art is going to be waiting for him. Like, look at this, like, Art has a massive army. And he could just pull the trigger himself. And this is a situation where Moja forced this. Like, Moja forced Art to make this army. And Moja, he forced this overreaction of Art. And now suddenly Art has a massive army to work with, and he might just end the game with this. Like, if Art is passive, then Moja takes the lead. But, like, Art has a lot to work with here, and he has a big window in time where he can break this third. Here he comes. Art has got 20 zealots. It's going to be a tough hold. Tanks are sieged. Art is moving in. Now, if Moja can defend this third base, then he can take an economic lead. But it's easier said than done. Sells the spot on the left-hand side. Storm has begun. Oh, Moja moves out. He gets spotted. Moja gets spotted by the observer. Art, he collapses on the army, and now Moja's exposed. Yeah, the tanks are on their own. They're on their own. Bappy's Elite diving in. The tanks are going to be going down. He gets 1. He's going to get 2. Both tanks go down, and Moja's being broken. The third base is going to fall. Ay, ay, ay. Moja out of position. That's going to be a kill in the CC. Oh, will it? Oh, he does get it. And Moja, he doesn't get away with his third base. Doesn't get away with it. Yeah, just a brutal moment here for Moja. He was spotted by the observer. He was out of position. There's a recall back home. Saves the Archons. And Art takes a lead. Art, he was behind economically. He was down a base. He was in a rough position. But now suddenly everything's changed. Suddenly he killed the CC. And now Moja pulls the boys. Yeah, he pulls the boys. His 2-base all in. This was never the intention. This was never the plan. But he's forced into a 2-base all in. And Storm is done. He's got storms. And we're holding on to it. There we go. There's the first one. Oh, he runs through the storm. Massive damage. We have what, 3 more storms left. There's the first. And there's 2 more. Yeah, there's 2 more. The army goes through the storm once again. And you can see this army running out of steam. He also the SCVs. 23 SCVs go down. There's the storm. Ay, ay, ay. And GG gets called. The all-in has failed. And Art, he will take the series 2-0. Taking down and eliminating Moja from the tournament. GG. Whew, GG, well played. Congratulations here to Art. Again, a very technical series is what I will say. A really interesting build out of 2 players as well. Like Moja, he wasn't in a bad position there necessarily. Moja, he kind of faked a 2-base all in. He pivoted into a third base. Art had an overreaction, referring to game 2. And Art was in a rough position. He was down a base, or he was down in economy, which is something you never see in a TvP. He was in a worse position, but he had a massive army to work with. And in a head-on fight, I think that Moja could have held, but if you remember, Moja moved out. The observer spotted a massive move out of Moja. He moved out with the majority of his bio army. He left the tanks and a couple of reinforcements back at home, which meant that he was vulnerable. So as he moved out, Art moved in. Art moved in, he sniped the tanks, he shut down the Marines, the bio army that was reinforcing, and of course he killed the CC and he forced Moja into an all-in. GG, well played. So again, just really unfortunate there for Moja that he didn't know where the army was. Basically, he just didn't know where Art was, and he also got spotted himself. So it was a game of vision, and Art, he saw everything he needed to. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations here to Art. My condolences to Moja as he's knocked out of the tournament, and I believe we do have some updates here on the brackets. Un momento. We do have some updates. Let us quickly head on over. Here we go. Oh, so exclamation mark B in the chat if you guys want to have a look at the pack yourselves. Again, Shameless took down Jumi earlier this morning. Percival took down Young Yakov, and we have Shameless versus Percival in the upper portion of the bracket. Meanwhile, coming down to the lower bracket, we do have Nickrat. If you remember, Nickrat, he took down Foxer earlier today. Did take him down 2-1, and we have Nickrat versus Hydra in that lower bracket. Meanwhile, Mixu took down Sebestus, and Mixu's up against Demi in the lower bracket round 2. We have Rebellion. I believe that should be Rebellion versus Art. I think Art did advance on a face-off against Rebellion. They're going to be facing off there. I think that's the case. We have Baby Marine. He's waiting for the winner of those matches. We have Minovi K. Minovi K is up against Prime. Winner goes up against Lelix. And of course, we have Young Yakov and Jumi waiting further along in the bracket. So again, the lower bracket is progressing. The upper bracket is as well. And if you want to tune into more of this tournament as we are progressing through the event itself, I mean, my favorite players are still Shameless, Percival, and Young Yakov. Those are the players that are on my eyes when it comes to the players that I'm paying attention to when it comes to the best players of their respective races in this tournament. But there are other players like Jumi, for example, like Jumi, like Baby Marine, like Mixu, like Nickrat. There's some other heavy hitters here that can go on deep runs themselves. So best of luck to everyone involved. But when it comes to the next broadcast, should be tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, we should have 5 more matches. I think they're going to be lower bracket matches once again. I think that's the plan, is for more lower brackets, more lower bracket participation. I think that's the plan here to cover some of these mirror matchups, like Mindle versus Perm and Demi versus Mixu and Hydra versus Nickrat. I don't have confirmation yet, but I will soon. Will soon. But as you can see, that's our schedule. We just wrapped up with our Monday evening broadcast, and you can see Tuesday morning we have another OSC cast, more OSC coverage, I should say. That is going to be tomorrow morning. We have Pickassar Cup on Wednesday. We have the Water TV Monday broadcast on Wednesday as well. We have Turtle Hustle, the podcast, and we have Kung Fu Cup starting on Friday. A lot of matches to catch up on with Kung Fu Cup. We'll be all over that starting Friday into Saturday, and Sunday is Sparkling Tuna Cup. So we have plenty of content, plenty of StarCraft as always here on the channel. This is our weekly schedule, and coming into December, we will have even more to come. Oh boy. A lot of content, a lot of StarCraft. Of course, in December, we have the RSL offline event. We have the Platinum StarCraft League as well, and we have the remainder of Kung Fu Cup. So plenty of content, plenty of StarCraft all around the corner. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. A shout out to all of our competitors here tonight, and a shout out to all the up-and-comers as well in the OSC Rising event. A shout out to Eddie and OSC for hosting this tournament as well. It's great to see support for the up-and-comers. Back in the day, we used to have like the Junior StarCraft League. We used to have the Apprentice tournaments as well. There used to be a lot more for younger up-and-coming players. Nowadays, a lot of those tournaments have fallen by the wayside, so really important, really crucial that we have an event like the OSC Elite Rising Star tournament to foster that talent. So big shout out to OSC. Otherwise, if you want to support us, if you want to follow us, !socials. Bam, we have the socials in the chat. We have Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Discord. All things CranKy Ducklings. We do upload on YouTube on a daily basis, and we stream on YouTube as well. So if you see something that you like here, and if you want to watch more StarCraft, then I do recommend the VODs over on YouTube. We just wrapped up with the RSL Season 3 playoffs over the weekend. They did conclude. We co-streamed the event. All the VODs are already on YouTube, so you can check it out there. A lot of really fun matches there. A lot of best of sevens. Hero versus Maru. Again and again and again. They played so often in that tournament. We got some very high level TvP. I do recommend the VODs as we had some crazy exciting games. Do recommend it. Likewise, we had Hero competing, Classic, Shin, and many others. So do recommend the RSL playoffs. Again, all the VODs are on YouTube. For the most part, if you remember, we did miss out on half of day one just because we didn't realize that they had rescheduled. So we missed out on part of the day one broadcast, but all the other days we covered everything. It's all there. It is all there. Otherwise, you can also support us via Patreon, !Patreon in the chat. You can see our current goal just under the schedule. Bam. just down there under the schedule, you can see that we do currently earn 599 USD a month via Patreon out of our goal of 670. And again, all that money goes towards our tournaments. It all goes towards the Duckling Open and Masters 1 Open and Sparkling Tuna Cup. It all goes towards our events to help us grow the events and boost the prize pool even further. So you can help us grow our tournaments, you can help the scene, you can help the players by supporting us on Patreon. If you wish, you can do so via Patreon. Otherwise, thank you. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks so much for tuning in. Again, a bit of a shorter broadcast today, 2.5 hours, a little bit shorter, but that means that we get some more rest. So it's okay. It's okay, man. It's okay. And again, we'll be back tomorrow with more OSC, OSC. That is going to be in around 12 hours. In 12 hours time, we'll be back with some more StarCraft. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Stick around. We're going to be giving another StarCraft 2 streamer a raid. Who is live at the moment? Who is live? We've been raiding sort of a lot. We're raiding a lot of sort of. But he currently has a lot of viewers. So, oh, Reaper is live. Ah, Este Reaper. Could raid Reaper. I see Luis. Luis has been giving us a little love recently, so we can give some love back to Luis as well. I see Strange is live. Este Strange. Who else? Not many others, actually. Not many others, but we'll give some love to Reaper. Again, like, we've been raiding sort of quite a lot, and he has almost 200 viewers at the moment, so he's fine. Reaper, he's an NA Zerg player. NA Zerg. So give him some love. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Ciao, papi, ciao. See you next time.